Can Taylor Jenkins or Mike Brown get the Knicks to the promised land? They've been denied permission to speak to some of the league's top coaches, and this week they're all set to talk to former Memphis Grizzlies head coach Taylor Jenkins and former Sacramento Kings head coach Mike Brown as the first two formal interviews. But are these two guys a good fit? Let's break it down a little bit. Taylor Jenkins, let's start with him. Tibbs' firing wasn't the only firing that had people scratching their heads. Jenkins was axed by Memphis after almost 6 seasons, and I say almost 6 because firing a dude with only 9 games left in the regular season with a record of 44-29 is just as confusing as firing the dude that won 50-plus games in back-to-back seasons and took you to the Eastern Conference Final. So my man was fit in already here in New York with this front office. But he took over a franchise that was in the middle of a rebuild, and in his 3rd and 4th season in Memphis, they won 56 and 51 games as the Western Conference second best team. He is the complete opposite of Tibbs when it comes to offensive schemes. He gets the most out of his players on the offensive side of the ball by running a high-tempo-like offense with a lot of floor spacing, heavy cutting, and ball movement, which was a huge knock on Tibbs while he was here. But before he was fired, the Grizz were 6th in offensive rating, and their highest ranking was tied for 3rd, and that was back in the 2021-22 season. I think he'd be a great fit here, especially with having a superstar like Jalen Brunson that's more mature and basketball focused than Ja Morant. Let's move on and talk about Mike Brown because he's another coach looking for a job after he was fired mid-season by Sacramento. I think he would be a safe and a practical choice for the Knicks out of these two. He's coached in the NBA Finals. He's won NBA Coach of the Year twice, and he comes with over 2 decades of coaching experience. Remember, they chose Tibbs over him as head coach back in 2022 when they were looking for that new head coach. Hiring Brown would pretty much be like running it back with Tom Thibodeau, though. He turned the Kings around just like Tibbs turned the Knicks around. He ended the Kings' 16-year playoff drought and was named the NBA's first unanimous Coach of the Year back in 2023. And just like Tibbs, he's a defensive-minded coach. The Knicks' current roster would be great for his schemes with long defensive wings like Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. So New York has the type of talent right now that the Kings tried to acquire for Brown in Sacramento, but just like Tibbs, he's faced criticism because of his defense and his rotations are or were ineffective. The bench unit was unstable and the players questioned their role on the team. Not to mention his teams play with a slower pace on offense compared to Jenkins. And I don't know if fans are going to want to go and get behind that again. So, again, out of the two, I think he's the more practical coach. He already fits the culture that Tibbs already built. But I think both the Knicks and their fan base are going to want to think outside of the box when they hire their next head coach.